So if you've been watching my quadcopter videos for the last year to year and a half or so, you may have seen I've flown a couple of quadcopters from GP Toys. The first one I flew was actually the first waterproof quadcopter I'd ever seen, and it's kind of big, it's up there on the shelf. The second one was the F2 Aviax, has a camera on it. Well, today we're going to combine those two and then make them smaller. This is the GP Toys F51 Mid-Ax, and let's check it out. I honestly have no expectations about this other than just, yeah, as you can see, it's much, much smaller than the last ones I've looked at. And I will say, I think this size quadcopter is actually my favorite just because that's what I started on, that's where I feel most comfortable. Anything bigger, I start to get uncomfortable unless it's one of those high-end camera drones. Anything smaller, they get to be a little twitchy for me, so this is where I like to be. And actually, the build quality, we'll get back to this in just a minute, the build quality on this is amazing, and I'm not easily amazed. Otherwise, in the box, you get a really nice manual, very high quality manual. And you can see here, it does mention a high waterproof level, IPX5. It says it protects itself from splashing water and waves. But if it's anything like the last one that I flew, the last waterproof one from them I flew, I was able to submerge it and it came right back out with no problems. Definitely awesome. There's a bag full of stuff here. There you go. Micro SD card reader, 2-port battery charger with USB cable, a full set of spare props, prop guards and landing legs that will never be used, a prop changing tool which is so handy, as well as a mini screwdriver and a battery. And in case you're curious, 3.7 volt, 400 milliamp hour, and just a traditional white, cannot remember what they call it at the moment, but the white plug. Micro LoC maybe? I'm still amazed they included this. The last thing in the package is the controller, and just like the previous ones, everything's labeled, which is great. So you have the flip button, you have the speed changing button, headless mode, photo, video, and auto return. Traditional sticks other than that, so throttle and pitch and yaw and everything else. Power button right here in the middle, and another screw on the back. I'm not a fan of having the screws to hold the batteries in because they don't really accomplish a whole lot other than just making it obnoxious to change batteries. But this one does take 4 AAA batteries, so keep that in mind, not included. And actually the micro SD card does appear to be included. It's a 4 gig card. And finally, going back to the quadcopter itself, like I was saying earlier, very sturdy build quality. It feels very solid. I mean, squeezing on it, there's no problems or anything. Which means it might be brittle, but it also means it might be very, very solid. You've got the camera here in the front. It does not appear to have an adjustable angle or anything, so you kind of take what you're given there. And then a little door that you pull open. And inside of that little door, if I can wiggle it all out, there's a battery. So this actually came with 2 batteries. I am a big fan of that. Had to kind of wiggle and pry it around, but I did manage to get the battery out. Just like the other one, 400 milliamp hour, 3.7 volt. Actually has the specific branding, GP Toys F51 Mid-Ax, they both do. Very cool that it does come with 2 batteries though. I probably shouldn't have even taken it all the way out because the next thing I'm gonna do is plug it all back up, see how it sounds, and maybe do a quick test of some video. Yeah, I've got a feeling that door is gonna just pop open. Maybe not, maybe we'll get lucky. But there's an on-off switch right here, so I'll flip it on. You see orangish red in the front, green in the rear. Very bright lights, very easy to see, but I need some batteries. And we're back. Let's go ahead and turn this on, pair it up. And it paired itself. Didn't even have to do the little stick trick. So as for a quick test of video, you can see it has a blue light here on the bottom. Photo, it just took a photo. There's a quick selfie. And then video. I can see the red light is now on, so presumably it is recording video. Don't know if it's gonna have any audio, but this is what the video would look like in studio lighting, bright indoor lighting. The camera on this is supposed to be HD, so I'm guessing that means 2 megapixel, 1280 by 720 video, so judge of this video what you will. There you go. And then for those of you that are curious about how it sounds, it's actually decently quiet. It's got a, you know, it's sort of a standard sound, but it's less buzzy than a lot of the ones of this size. And so at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and, I still do this for myself, I'm gonna run through a battery just to make sure I don't burn up these motors, do some very quick little bits of stuff inside, and then maybe take it outside for a quick flight. It's waterproof. We gotta take it out in the rain if we can.
And you hear how quiet that is? That's lovely. That's whisper quiet. So this thing does have 3 rates, and I tested it out briefly indoors, and it is so peppy and so quick. Like, this is not a camera drone, but this is some of the camera footage if you're curious. Flip it around here. Hello there, if you can see me. It angles down quite a bit, but there you go. So this is the first rate yaw that you can see. There's your second rate, third rate, and back to first. So third rate is really, really peppy. And first rate, you know, that's what you would normally use for like camera. But look how fast this thing flies in first rate. It's got a lot of get up and go. And that's the other thing, when the camera's on, the flip gets disabled, so that flip button doesn't do anything. So let's turn the camera off and have some fun. So now we're going into flip mode, and as you may have noticed there, it gives itself a lot of throttle both before and after the flip. Not a bad thing unless you're indoors. And the cool thing about that is, just like the other GP toys that I've tested, there we go, double flip. And actually, it's got so much power you could almost do triple flips with it. But yeah, let's try some funnels. There you go. There's funnel in third rate. It is pretty much dancing on a motor there. It's not the fastest funnel I've ever seen. Oh, the cops are coming. Not doing anything illegal. And unfortunately, this little battery bay door has opened, so I gotta fix it. That is a little bit of a downer with it. But I mean, in terms of just power and performance, look at that thing go. Spinning the other way. I think it actually spins a lot faster to the right. So fast. There's your right, y'all. 2, 3, and then go, yeah, there's your funnels in third rate going to the right. So this definitely has a lot faster right yaw rate. And so much power, so much speed. And therein lies one of the problems with this style of design. I tapped something plastic and this prop disappeared in my grass somewhere. However, I did test this out pretty thoroughly indoors before and tested out the video, the photo, the headless mode, and the auto return. And this thing is just an absolute beast. Once I can find the prop or get another prop from indoors and put on it, this is actually going to become one of my favorite little micro quads just because of how fast, how peppy it is, the flips that it can do. It's just a great little performer. I would say just try to be kind of careful when you're outdoors with it. Don't run it into things. That's what I was getting ready to say. Because of the color scheme, because it's mostly orange with a little teeny bit of black, it's kind of hard to make sure to get your orientation quite right, but it's still a great flyer. And for the price point, it's about $43 over on GearBest. I'd say it's an absolute steal, just given the amount of features that it packs in there. So if you're interested, if you're looking for a quadcopter, this is definitely one that I would have on my radar, especially because it's waterproof. I forgot to mention that earlier. I am not going to be putting this one underwater just because I don't have any water readily available. It's a little cold to be going down to the lake, but absolutely a great little deal. So make sure to check it out over on GearBest. Links down below. Because I didn't get to talk about flight time, it's about 6 minutes roughly, and you can always swap out the battery because you got this little compartment here, and it does come with a spare battery, so excellent. So thanks so much to GearBest for sending this out for me to take a look at. Thanks to you guys for watching. Leave a thumbs up down below if you like this video. Sorry it was a little short on the flight time, but that's okay. Subscribe to receive more videos when they become available, and I'll see you again next time. Time to go try to find the prop that I lost.